So today we're going to be discussing tissues in dicot and monocot stems. So historically, dicot and monocot were the two subdivisions of angiosperms. Angiosperms are flowering land plants. Dicots evolved first, with monocots branching off later on. Originally, dicots and monocots were distinguished based off the number of cotyledon they had. Cotyledon are the embryonic leaves produced by germinating seeds. Dicots had two, monocots had one leaf. There's other criteria used to distinguish between the two, including the venation, type of roots, number of flower parts, but today we're going to focus on the differences in their tissues. So plants have three types of tissues. There's dermal, vascular, and ground tissue. So for dermal tissue, we can easily distinguish the epidermis in the monocot and the epidermis in the dicot. Now the epidermis protects and encases the inside of the stem. Next, for vascular tissue, we have the vascular bundle in the monocot or the dicot, as well as the monocot. Now, the key distinguisher is the pattern of which the vascular bundles are in. So, in the dicots, the vascular bundles are arranged in a ring shape around the edges, while in the monocots, the vascular bundles are scattered throughout. Now, in the monocot and dicot, both vascular bundles are made up of phloem, which are living elongated cells that transport sugar and organic nutrients from photosynthetic sites throughout the plant, as well as xylem, which are made up of dead tubular cells, and they transport water and minerals from the roots upward throughout the plant. Next, for ground tissue, in the dicot, we have the pith, which is the central core, and it includes the parenchyma cells. And then there's also the cortex, which is in between the vascular bundles and the epidermis. Now, the monocot does not have a pith or cortex because the vascular bundles are scattered throughout the stem, and so there's no distinguishable compartments like the pith or cortex, and so in general it's just called ground tissue. Now, the pith is made up of parenchyma cells. These cells function in storage and photosynthesis and make up the bulk of the plant. Now, the collenchyma cells, they make up the cortex, and these cells function in the elasticity and the support of the plant. Lastly, there's the sclerenchyma cells. These cells are on the external side of the vascular bundles. They're purple in this image, and they are very rigid, and they also function in the support of the plant, and also they protect the vascular bundles. Now, the key takeaway from all this to distinguish between dicots and monocots is that dicots, their vascular bundles are in a ring shape, while monocots, their vascular bundles are scattered throughout and are much smaller. Awesome. Thank you.